Hey, there I am, and we are live coming from Baltimore, Maryland. Got 3 minutes before I can start the show here, so just I like connecting a little bit early. That way I can make sure that all the technology on my end is working as expected. Oh, but anyway, so let's see, still have the same 3 minutes left. All right, well, I don't know. I can talk about the weather. I can talk about whatever. Um, I don't want to talk about the tour yet because I have to repeat it when the time starts, when my timer goes off. No, I don't have a timer. Anyway, not at all. So I hope everybody out there is well. Hey, Judy, how are you? Good to see you. I wish I really could see you. Oh, no, this virtual thing, I don't have all the terminology about, what do I say? Lovely to chat with you. I don't know. I don't know. So, so how have you been? Everything good with you? Hmm. Hmm. Things are good here. The weather's not bad. It's a pleasant day. I may find something to do out of doors today. Just maybe. I'm good to go. Been in the shower. My hair's still wet, actually. My hair is very fine, so it dries rather quickly, actually, surprisingly, um, for its length and all. But yeah, it'll definitely be totally dry by the time we're done here. So it doesn't take long. Let's see, we still have about 30 seconds. Ooh, I wish this clock had the seconds, but it doesn't. Actually, the only clock I'm looking at is the one on my phone. This did you this website doesn't support all of that. Yeah, the silkies, me too, Judy, because my neighbors hadn't gone away for a couple of weeks. So I was dying to get back over there and play with them. But they're funny. Last night I it was the sweetest thing. My neighbor's son and grandson came over. They have beehives that they keep, and so I happened to look outside, and they were back by the hives. The son and the grandson, as my neighbors were walking towards them, and then here's this little flock of silky just trailing along, keeping up with the gang. They must think they're part of the family. It just struck me as just being so funny. It just warmed my heart. I'm telling you. Anywho, so okay, folks, it's noon. It's time to get this party started. Mm. Now, a couple things. If you're new to my tours, hello, I'm Sharon, known as the Bay Lady. If you like my tours and want to keep up with me, the best way to do that is on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, The Bay Lady, and also my YouTube channel, Sharon Schultz, The Bay Lady. So those are the best places to see what I'm doing. Most of my tours I've been running on my own. There's a couple of um, platforms like Rickshaw that I'm affiliated with. but primarily most of my tours I'm doing on my own. Um, they're appearing simultaneously on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. So they're out there. So if you're new, please follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, these tours are free. They're tip-based, donation supported, however you want to put it. If you so desire to support my platform, it's much appreciated. On my pages, you'll find a link to buy me a coffee, and that's a place where donations, I can accept donations and things of that nature. I always say, I love coffee. Anywho, so today, though, we're here to play Minute Mysteries. Okay, Minute Mysteries is a really cool, like a break to your day where you can focus your mind on something else that requires skills, but not accompanied by the stress that everyone else, some of the other like people are under. So it's kind of a nice little midday break, no matter what you're doing, whether you're at home working on a project or with kids or at work, it's 30 minutes and, you're good. The other thing, if you, I'm live at the moment, but my tours will be on the channels that I'm broadcasting to right now. So you can always see them later. So please do, check them out. If and plus there are some that I posted that weren't live tours. So you may want to check it just for that, so you don't miss anything. Well, today our mini mystery here. This is a 2-minute mystery. This book, it's a 3rd edition. You can get it on the grocery shelves, in the aisles with all the candy, right? The magazine racks. That's where I got these, right? They are a collection of mysteries by a variety of mystery writers, and they're also put into categories. They have beginner, intermediate, advanced, and super sleuth. Okay, so we're still working our way through beginner. There's the check marks of the ones we've already done, just to give you an idea there. Okay, so next up in this table of contents is a mystery called Totally Torched. Totally Torched. Now, what I do for anybody new or anyone watching later, I'll read the story slowly, or a normal pace. I'll read the story, and then when I'm finished, I will read it a second time after we've had a chance to discuss and think about it a little bit. Then I'll read it, just skim through it the second time, and then we will determine who did it. Basically, simple, right? Totally Torched. Oh, let me get comfortable here. Okay, so what do you think? Detective Drew Warner asked the insurance investigator. Definitely arson, Cliff Ramsey responded, surveying the burnt out car just ahead of him. You're sure about this? Oh, yes, Ramsey said, examining the melted steering wheel and dashboard. It was torched. Why and by whom? Warner asked. And can you tell me when by any chance? Let's start at the beginning, Ramsey said. First, We know it's Bill Johnson's 1967 Cadillac convertible. And I can tell you the top was down when it was torched. Looks like a rag was stuck in the gas tank opening, like a candle wick, then lit. It could have been someone stealing the car for a joyride and then lighting it on fire, or it could have been something else entirely. Oh, that's a big help. Warner rolled his eyes. I think we better go talk to Bill Johnson, Ramsey said. The two men got in the police car and drove straight to Bill Johnson's home. Johnson was in his driveway when they pulled up. Did you find the car? He asked anxiously when Warner and Ramsey got out of the police car. We did, the detective said, but I've got bad news. The car's a total loss. It was torched. You've got to be kidding me, Johnson shouted. We're not, Cliff Ramsey said. Then he walked over for a closer look at the splintered lock on Johnson's garage door. You told me the car was stolen on Tuesday, Mr. Johnson. How can you be sure that was the day? Well, Monday was a nice night, so I took the top down and went for a spin. When I got home, I parked the car in the garage, like always, and locked it. Then, first thing Tuesday morning, I took a cab to the airport for my business trip to Atlanta. When I got back Tuesday night, I discovered that my caddy was stolen. Did you actually see the vehicle on Tuesday morning? Cliff Ramsey asked. No, but look at the broken latch. He pointed to the garage. I certainly would have noticed the damage when I walked by the garage on my way to the cab in the morning. Then he pointed at a window overlooking the garage. And that's my bedroom window, which was open all night. I would have heard someone smashing the latch on Monday night. Have you seen any strangers around? Kids out to make trouble, maybe? Warner asked. A classic Cadillac convertible would be a tempting target for a joyride. As I told the officer 3 days ago when I reported the car stolen, no, I didn't, Johnson replied. Warner pulled Ramsey aside. So, what do you think now, Cliff? Warner asked. What's our next move here? Cliff Ramsey frowned. I've got a question, Detective. Do you remember what the weather was like on Tuesday? Rain, wasn't it? It rained like cats and dogs all day. Started just after I got to work and kept up straight to evening, Warner answered. It was the only break we'd had in a month-long dry spell. Ramsey nodded and deduced. Then it's my opinion that Bill Johnson set fire to his own car and reported it stolen in an attempt to collect the insurance money. Okay, now here we go. How do you get that from this, right? Hey, Ronnie Lynn, good to see you. Okay, sounds good, darling. See you on the flip side. Anywho, okay, so this crazy thing, right? How does he know that Bill did it to himself? He set his own car on fire because he needed the insurance money. So, okay, now that we know the question, let's go back and read the story one more time with that question in mind and see if we can find evidence that points to Bill Johnson, because the question, what we have to solve is Why does Ramsey suspect this? Okay, so the question is, how did Ramsey come to this conclusion? So let's read it again with that new information in mind. Okay. Okay, so what do you think? Detective Drew Warner asked the insurance investigator. Definitely arson, Cliff Ramsey responded, surveying the burnt out car just ahead of him. You're sure about this? Oh, yes, Ramsey said, examining the melted steering wheel and dashboard. It was torched. Why and by whom? Warner asked. And can you tell me when by any chance? Well, let's start at the beginning, Ramsey said. First, we know it's Bill Johnson's 1967 Cadillac convertible. And I can tell the top was down when it was torched. Looks like a rag was stuck in the gas tank opening, like a candle wick, then lit. It could have been someone stealing the car for a joyride and then lighting it on fire, or it could have been something else entirely. Oh, that's a big help. Warner rolled his eyes. I think we'd better go talk to Bill Johnson, Ramsey said. The two men got in the police car and drove straight to Bill Johnson's home. Johnson was in his driveway when they pulled up. Did you find the car? He asked anxiously when Warner and Ramsey got out of the police car. We did, the detective said, but I've got bad news. The car is a total loss. It was torched. You've got to be kidding me, Johnson shouted. We're not, Cliff Ramsey said. Then he walked over for a closer look at the splintered lock on Johnson's garage door. You told me the car was stolen on Tuesday, Mr. Johnson. How can you be sure that was the day? Well, Monday was a nice night. So I took the top down and went for a spin. When I got home, I parked the car in the garage like always and locked it. Then, first thing Tuesday morning, I took a cab to the airport for a business trip to Atlanta. When I got back Tuesday night, I discovered my caddy was stolen. Did you actually see the vehicle on Tuesday morning? Cliff Ramsey asked. No, but look at the broken latch. He pointed to the garage. I certainly would have noticed the damage when I walked by the garage on my way to the cab in the morning. Then he pointed at a window overlooking the garage. And that's my bedroom window, which was open all night. I would have heard someone smashing the latch on Monday night. Have you noticed any strangers around? Kids out to make trouble, maybe? Warner asked. A classic convertible would be a tempting target for a joyride. As I told the officer 3 days ago when I reported the car stolen, no, I didn't, Johnson replied. Warner pulled Ramsey aside. So what do you think now, Cliff? What's our next move here? Cliff Ramsey frowned. I've got a question, Detective. Do you remember what the weather was like Tuesday night? Rain, wasn't it? It rained like cats and dogs all day. Started just after I got to work and kept up straight through to evening, Warner answered. It was the only break we've had in this month-long dry spell. Ramsey nodded and deduced. Then it's my opinion that Bill Johnson set fire to his own car and reported it stolen in an attempt to collect the insurance money. Our question is, why does Ramsey suspect this? Okay. Alrighty. What do you all think? Any takers? I think that there was something over here that I thought relevant when I heard it the second time. Let's see, what was it? Oh yeah. Ramsey said that he could tell that the top was down when it was torched. And then Bill Johnson confirmed that he had put the top down when he took it out Monday night and then parked it in the garage and locked the garage. So I think something about the top has some kind of clue in it, okay? And then the other part that I wondered about was the lock, okay? Something about the lock being smashed. He said let's see, where was that? I locked it in, okay? Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay. So I don't know, but something about the lock being smashed. I don't know. What y'all think? It rains cats and dogs when torched. Oh, there you go. The weather. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So how could he have torched it then? Tuesday night. Right. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So do you remember what the weather was like on Tuesday? Rain, wasn't it? It rained like cats and dogs all day. Started just after I got to work and kept up straight through to evening. Now, you're oh man, that I think you hit that nail right on the head, Judy. Yep, the owner did it. You're absolutely right. And how he figured it out was definitely about the rain, because he asked him specifically, did you actually see the car on Tuesday? And he said no. He was saying last time he saw it was Monday night. And then on Tuesday, remember, the owner took a plane, flew somewhere for business, and then came back Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. Let's see, whenever that was. Let's see, I can use your day. He got back Tuesday night. He discovered the caddy was stolen. So Tuesday night or Tuesday, if it had been torched, then it couldn't have been. Okay, let's find out the answer. Page 21. 21. And then you got to turn it upside down. Okay, here we go. If the convertible was stolen on Tuesday when it was pouring, the top would have been up. Oh, wow. Ramsey suspects that Johnson set it ablaze on Monday and then left on Tuesday for the trip. That would be his alibi. Johnson might have gotten away with it if he checked the forecast and put the top up before he torched the car. Oh, that was good. That's funny. That worked. Very cute. Very cute. Well, I have another quick one since we still have a few minutes. I just happened to stumble upon this when I was looking through to see what was next up. This is the book, 5-Minute Crime Busters, and it stars this detective dude here. So he's in like all the stories. This is at the end of the book. It was short, and the question at the end intrigued me. The question is, How can the cows be brought safely across the road? The case of the contentious cows. It just sounded like a hoot, so let me go with it real quick here. With a pack on his back and a staff in his hand, Thomas P. Stanwick strode down a gently sloping hill as he followed Route 221. The amateur logtician, weary after many weeks of editing a long geometry textbook and helping Inspector Walker solve crimes, was enjoying a summer walking tour in Vermont. He was now 12 miles from the Greenfield Inn, where he would spend the night. As Stanwick approached the bottom of the hill, he observed several cows behind a gate on the left and a farm lad staring at them from the roadside of the gate. Some of the cows were black, some were brown, and all had white patches. The boy, who was about 16, wore a dirty corduroy cap, a t-shirt, and a pair of old jeans. He continued to scowl at the cows as Stanwick came up to him. "Good morning," said Stanwick, pausing to chat. "Fine weather. Time to bring the cows across?" The boy grunted. "Ain't quite that easy, though," he muttered. "No, why not?" "These are peculiar cows, mister. The black ones are real nasty and will butt and bite the brown ones if they outnumber them, and I ain't got it right there." "Can't you just bring them all across at once?" "Nope. Only two at a time. Gotta hold them by the collar, or they trot away up the road. They are peculiar cows." "They are peculiar cows," remarked Stanwick with a grin. "You have 4 black ones and 3 brown ones, I see." "I've been trying for an hour to get these cows across," the boy blurted out angrily. "And every way I try, I leave more black cows than brown cows alone on one side of the road or the other. Can you give me a hand, mister?" "I'm afraid I'm not much good at handling cows myself," Stanwick said. "I think I can show you a way, though, to get the cows across without leaving more black ones than brown ones together unattended." How can the cows be brought safely across the road? Oh my gosh, this is like a tongue twister only for the brain. Holy moly, this is a math thing. I don't do math well. Man, really? This is crazy. Let's see. They're peculiar cows. The black ones are real nasty and will butt and bite the brown ones if they outnumber them. So he's got to bring them across the road 2 by 2, holding them by the collar. He's got 4 black and 3 brown. And he's been trying for an hour to get the cows across, and every time he tries a different combination, he still leaves more black cows than brown cows on one side of the road or the other. Any clues? I have no idea. None. God, that's not even a mystery. That's a math equation. That's something a teacher would give their students. So we're just going to go read the answer here. I'm going to mess with that. That's a tongue twister for the brain, right? Okay. The case of the contentious cows. To meet the conditions of the problem, Stanwick suggested the following sequence. First, take a black cow across. Number 2, take a black cow and a brown cow across and bring a black cow back. Number 3, take 2 brown cows across. Number 4, take 2 black cows across. Number 5, take the last black cow across. Oh my goodness me. OMG, okay. That was interesting. I wonder why they threw that little thing. Oh, because this guy's a logistician, a logic expert, I suppose. Right? Anywho, that was fun. In the next couple of weeks, I will be doing one of Jack Pachua's murder mystery theater plays. So watch for that. I want to go through them and pick out one that I haven't done yet. I've got a boatload of them. So yeah, I want to do that soon. They're pretty fun. I would like to figure out a way to like share the screen and bring people in. That would be the best way to do those, but have to work on that. Yeah, Judy, I agree. It was too much for mine too. Let me tell you, that was a little twisty there. I don't know. Take them across, bring them back, and da da da. Wow, but that's logic for you, I suppose. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go. I've got another tour at 2:00. Beatlemania, Beatle trivia, my Beatles Significa game. So 2:00, I'll be back. So if you can make it, I'll see you then. Take care. Goodbye.